Tell us about Air Force Ricky.
Oh, Air Force Ricky appears to be a fan favorite. I don't really think when I was reading that character or portraying that character, you're just trying to nail the lines down, and you're never really thinking you're creating something that's memorable. Man, our 7 fans, they always bring up Air Force Ricky. I think it was the leather jacket. There's that saying, leather makes anybody a badass. It really, really worked in Air Force Ricky's behalf. I mean, because I'm not that cool. It was the jacket that did all the talking, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you about low-budget filming on the streets downtown and the characters we'd see, and just like...
They were almost like natural extras. It's funny, too, because we film in 2 very distinct different states and 2 very distinct different towns, but they look so similar that they mesh perfectly on film. Like, you can't tell what's filmed in Manchester or Massachusetts or downtown Seymour, Bacon Falls. You can't tell. They flow so seamlessly. It's almost fascinating. But ironically, all of the local residents are also the same. They're almost like characters you guys would write into the movies, but they're not. They're actual people. And it's a bit disconcerting, I'm not going to lie.
Now, usually we film nearby, but you had to come to Manchester for Manch Vegas.
Was that Manch Vegas? That was a long time ago. Yeah, I remember. I think I slept on your floor. Manch Vegas is funny because isn't Manchester is the capital of New Hampshire, right? And I thought, oh, it's going to be hustle and bustle, but it's actually a bit like quieter town and whatever. But I got there and there's the rumor that they call it Manch Vegas because it's like supposed to be booming, but I didn't really see any casinos or anything like that. But yeah, so I live in Connecticut, and I had to drive at the time where Farley lived was all the way up to New Hampshire to film Monsters, Murder, and Mystery in Manch Vegas. Did I get that right? Murders, Mystery, Monsters, and there's a lot of M's. It's a lot of alliteration. I'm not good with that. I apologize.
Sparky Watt, the
Sparky Watts,
journalist,
the muckraking ne'er-do-well. He was fun. I got to dig out this old snappy 3-piece suit I had in the closet. I think it's like 1980s vintage Billy Blass, and it's like winter weight wool, and we're filming in, I don't know, maybe it was the summer, so it's a bit dodgy. But I actually modeled him after an old manager of mine.
Tell us about filming in the creek in your backyard with the river beast.
The river beast. Yeah, that was cold. I remember poor Charlie or Farley, one of you guys, I think it was the only person on that set that didn't have to get into that damn costume. But yeah, no, that was funny. I happen to live in the middle of the woods, and I have a pond and a stream on my property. And we, again, seamlessly melded into this whole River Beast film because it was autumn, the leaves are on the ground, and obviously River Beast is just that. He's semi-aquatic, he lives in a river. I happen to have it in my backyard. So we got to film the River Beast right back. I didn't have to go more than 35 feet from my front door to die in another Farley film.
Have you ever been recognized by someone from the movies?
My own mother doesn't know I do these.
What about being the fireworks dealer in Slingshot Cops?
Oh, what was his name? What was his? He had a very Cashmere Boggs. That was fun. That was a fun little role. We got to act with the two British guys, great guys, John Cross and Jim. Yeah, Jim. I only met Jim once, but I've met John Cross once or twice, and I follow him on Instagram and several media outlets. He has an awesome. I think he's got a what do we call him again?
Podcast.
A podcast. He runs a podcast.
Yes.
I just learned about podcasts today. Big rock live underneath it. But he runs a nice podcast, doesn't he?
Druid Glider Clone, In the Graveyard, Monster Beast Mask. Your jiu-jitsu line made me think of that.
So that was pretty funny. So I remember when we were filming that, it was kind of a hodgepodge of every mask we could possibly find. Like my brother went to art school and he had this weird blob mask he made, and if we couldn't afford a mask, but he had a hood on or a cloak, or my dad had a mysterious horror mask from the 1970s. It was all very like ambiguous. But yeah, so I tried to do this butterfly kick with like 17 pounds of mask on, and I just take this wicked digger, and I just remember Charlie yelling cut, and he was like so cautious, like I was made of eggs. I wasn't, but it did hurt. I think I hurt my wrist a little, but I played it off. But it was nothing like the time he threw me through a fence in a very small film we made called When Gravediggers Go Mad, People Die. I got thrown through a fence for that. He didn't care about me then.
Right.
Well done. Thank you.